So guys, let's talk about the cow herd piece of this and the use of the sexed female semen and our objectives to create this cow herd and build this cow herd and create you an elite set of replacement females. One of our goals was to use maternal breeds in sexed female semen, the bulls that excelled for moderate mature size, calving ease, high maternal traits, high fertility traits, genetics with known good feet and udders in them to make a cow herd that could last a long, long time, and to do that in sexed female semen. So, Dr. Anderson, you want to give us a little bit of some of those details and how that looks here?
Sure, you bet, Aaron. When Tom and I sat down and we were talking about this project at the very beginning, first question is, are you going to raise your own replacements? If you're going to raise your own replacements, we have to have a different breeding program, a different plan than if he's going to purchase replacements, okay? Because the genetics required for the optimal cow are completely different than the genetics required for the optimum feedlot animal. And that's really the ultimate conundrum in the beef business, right? We have to feed pounds or get pounds. And so what we need to do is to find that efficient production system where we can moderate our cow size and maximize our ability to produce beef. And so utilizing sexed semen allows us to do that if we do it with an intelligent approach. And so our approach was that we were going to use 25% of the herd to produce our maternal genetics. We chose all the heifers because heifers having heifers is a great strategy.
Yeah.
And heifers out of heifers is a great strategy.
Yeah.
If we're choosing our bulls right, if we're accomplishing our breeding goals, our young females should be our best females.
Yep.
Ultimately.
And we know that when we're using those female sperm cells, there's built-in calving ease for those.
Built-in calving ease.
For that first calf.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, Tom, and you've seen that, right?
It's unbelievable. The little calves just pop out, and calving problems are almost a thing of the past in my heifers.
And that was really by design. Okay, second thing we wanted to do is I asked Tom to identify his top cows. I mean, cows that he wants to build cows from. And so we took that 25% of the population, all the young heifers, and the small population of superior cows, and we bred those to female, X-bearing sperm, and our goal is to moderate frame size. So, and just cow size, I said frame size, but cow size. We know that 1,200 to 1,400 pound cow is the efficient cow for us to feed in the commercial cow-calf business, okay? So that's our goal, a cow on a body condition score 5 to 6 that's somewhere in that 1,300 pound range and can get bred and produce a great calf with sound feet and legs and sound udders. That was our goal. That's what we challenged you with.
Yeah.
Right? Find us those bulls.
Yep.
Get us those bulls that will create the best cows we can possibly have.
Yep.
Okay? We started this project just 3 years ago, really. I mean, we just trickled in 2017, hard in 2018. So right now we're just seeing females from those selections that are starting to produce calves, and so in 2 more years we'll know just how good your selections were.
I had a mentor in this business who I can remember when he was asked, is this bull any good, or is the calves out of this bull any good? He would always say, well, we'll find out in 2 years. So you always, this is a long-term proposition, and we hope it works out.
It really is. And just one thing to keep in mind, and of course Tom, since he's marketing terminal, he's marketing harvested or fed cattle, fat cattle. We want to maximize the amount of pounds we get there, but we can't have 1,600 pound cows.
Right.
Because 1,600 pound cows eat a ton more feed a year.
Yep.
Literally, than 1,200 pound cows.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to feed an extra ton to our cow herd. We want to feed that ton of feed to our steers.
Yeah.
Not to our cows.
Yeah, and Tom, you might mention that a little bit. I know, your cow herd before we started working with you, it was a little bit of a mix and match of different types and kinds and colors and breed combinations and so on. But how do you foresee kind of using this sex female semen to help dial in that ideal cow?
Like you said, I had a little bit of everything in the cow herd, and I was breeding everything to terminal bulls because I was trying to sell pounds. I was keeping heifers out of my better cows, and I had some nice cows, and I had some crazy udders and big teats, and I was getting cows that were too big, eating a lot of feed. And so when they approached me with this maternal idea, it just seemed like a win-win to me. You zero in on your maternal traits and get your cow size down, and on the flip side, if you were breeding some maternal bulls to get replacements with, you're not getting the smaller frame, smaller weight steers from that breeding into your feedlots also. Mm-hmm. And on the calving-ease, it's just remarkable.
One thing we can't ignore, Dr. Arnett, is crossbreeding.
Yeah.
If we truly want to have an efficient commercial beef cow-calf operation, we have to utilize crossbreeding. Mm-hmm. And for people that are in the practice, it is so difficult to find the perfect breed combinations, particularly if you kind of got a hodgepodge set of cows. Mm-hmm. And just hodgepodge, I mean just a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this. It's hard to find the perfect crossbreeding program, mm-hmm. and it's hard to manage all those different kind of bulls for all kinds of different cows. And when you're AIing, crossbreeding is simple.
Yeah.
And like Tom said earlier, it's just pulling out a different straw.
Yeah.
It's not having a different bull pen. It's not finding a different bull. It's not creating different breeding pastures. It's just pulling a different straw.
Yep. And so far we've used primarily some Angus genetics, some maternal lines of Angus genetics. We've used Herefords. We've dipped our toe in a few Simmental bulls. But let's turn our attention to this cow-calf pair here. And Tom, you want to tell us a little bit about their genetics and kind of what you deem as ideal in them?
Yeah, the first calf heifer here is a Homeland Polled Hereford bull, and she calved right at, I think, a year and 11 months. And as far as I'm concerned, is kind of the size I'm looking for. She's not going to eat a ton of feed. The calf is a maternal made daughter that is also bred for maternal traits.
That little heifer calf out of maternal made, boy, she is sweet. Good structured, big bodied. I mean, you can just see the fleshing ability that she possesses already at a young age, and just really reads like the kind that would make an ideal brood cow.
Baldy is, I mean, she's a 2-year-old, right?
Right.
So, you know.
Like I said, I think she calved a year, 11 months. So
yep.
She's not heavy, but she's worked. She's raised a nice calf. She's bred back. And there again, she's not going to be that 1,800 pound cow, but that you have to feed.
Yeah, you get her, if she's in a body condition score 6, she's going to weigh 13 and a quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe. And then, you know, and of course I like to run at body condition score 6.
Yeah.
Because our fertility is a little bit optimal there. But she's a 2-year-old. She's a body condition score 5 right now. And the key is she's bred back. And so based upon, I mean, there's a few other of our first calf heifers here that we can see. And right now, our plan's working, Aaron.
Yeah, very good.
Right now, our plan's working.
Extremely tickled with the udder quality, the udder traits, teat size, shallow udders. It's just going to make for a lot less trouble down the road. As they get older, the udders are going to be there, and calving time will be a whole lot simpler.
Yeah.